Alright folks, welcome back to bulking season, and it's week 4 already. Everything's going great, and I'm gonna shoot some videos in the gym as soon as we get to the gym together with my camera person, and I'm also gonna shoot some videos regarding my diet. So that's in the oven, that's cooking, but today I'm gonna talk about just showing up, which is, I feel, almost the most important lesson for anyone to learn. And it's not just regarding bodybuilding or powerlifting or your physical shell. What do I mean by just showing up? Well, nothing in life really comes overnight. All of your skills, all of your achievements, you have to work for, usually for a long period of time, frequently, regularly. You have to focus, and you just have to get done what you set out to get done that day. So when you've got a training plan and you know what you need to do every day, then you just have to do it. But that's where a lot of people struggle. With my experience as a personal trainer, I can tell you basically in a couple of weeks working with a client, I can already say whether or not he's going to be successful. And it's all about the attitude. If you skip lessons, if you give me excuses, and that's okay, sometimes life just happens, I'm not gonna bust your ass for not attending a workout. That's okay. That's your life. That's your priorities. But I can just say, if you skip 2 out of 5 lessons, you're probably not gonna make it very far. And it really is as simple as just showing up. A lot of people are actually perfectionists. They wanna do really well, but that very trait hinders them, and it makes them not do the thing because they think they're not gonna do it perfectly. Or I can't tell you how many times I've had these like little aches and pains when I'm about to go do a really heavy set, or I'm about to do a really heavy leg day. I'm like, all of a sudden my knee hurts and my hip hurts, whatever. And that's all just my body trying to make an excuse, for not doing what I'm supposed to do. And there's this really cool quote that I love. I don't know who said it, but it's definitely true. And it's, successful people do what they have to do, whether they like it or not. And that's the sentiment I'd like to instill in you, because you don't have to do perfectly every time. It doesn't have to be like a glamorous big achievement. It really just comes down to you showing up, doing what you have to do, 2, 3, 4 times a week, whatever your plan is, doesn't matter. And it doesn't even matter if it's a physical thing. Like, you're not gonna learn to play the guitar by playing once for a couple of hours. No, you're gonna learn by playing every day, or like 4 or 5 times a week for an hour or 2, and it's gonna take a couple of years. And it's exactly the same way in bodybuilding and powerlifting. Now, easier said than done, of course. We all have our lives, and sometimes things just don't work out. But I would like you to try, just stick into a plan as long as you can, as long as you're able to. And I'm going to leave you with 2 small little pieces of advice. The first one is, do the thing you need to do at least 3 times a week. 3 times a week seems to be some sort of a magical number. In my experience with my clients, and I think it has a lot to do with just regularity. 3 times a week, that's a habit. Once a week, that's an occurrence. That's just something that happened. Also, when you do something 3 times a week, when you miss one class, one lesson, it's not that big a deal. If you're doing it once a week or twice a week and you miss a class, that's actually a big deal. So just try doing it 3 times a week, whatever it is. I don't care if it's, learning a new language, playing an instrument, or working out. Just try doing it thrice. And the second thing, which I'm gonna talk about more in some of my videos, I bet, is planning. Plan it out so that you know ahead of time that you can make it. You're just able to commit as much time as you need, as you planned out. For example, I know if I'm gonna plan on, let's say, running a marathon in a couple months, I know I'm not going to be able to run every day for like 2 hours. That would just wear me down. So I'm gonna have to set a realistic plan. Let's say 4 sessions a week, let's say 40 minutes at first, bump up the time as the marathon comes closer, and just build your plan around your ambitions and your abilities. Don't overshoot, because then you're just going to be demotivated, you're not going to want to show up. Of course, don't undershoot, but as I said, it's better to show up and do a little bit at a time than not to show up at all. So that's my lesson for today. Just try doing what you have to do. Alright, see you next time.